So one of the things that I've been doing a lot of, some of you know this about me if you've been in my class before, since this whole stay-at-home pandemic started, I've been playing a fair amount of video games at night. I have not quite a nightly, but like an every third night Mario Kart game. I've gotten pretty good. I've been pretty good. I've been playing for 20 years, but it's been pretty fun. So let's say I am Nintendo. I'm Nintendo selling in Japanese yen. By the way, where's the chat box that everybody's typing in? There should be a thing that says questions or chat on your GoToWebinar pane. If you're on a mobile device, there should be like a little dialog box thing, or you might have to swipe right or left to enter a chat. It's on there though. If you're not sure, just start hitting all the buttons and one of them will allow you to chat, I promise. It's there. All right, so Nintendo is Nintendo, right, which is a Japanese company. Probably most of you probably know that, but Japanese company, right, is selling a Nintendo Wii. I know it's an older system, but it's fine. So they're selling a Wii, and they're selling a Wii in the US. All right, if you go to Best Buy, I don't know if anybody does that anymore. If you go to Amazon, you go to Best Buy, and you buy a Wii, right, Nintendo's in the US, they are purchased with dollars, right? They're purchased with dollars. So Nintendo in Japan receives US dollars, right? What do they want those dollars to be worth? So they have to so Nintendo has to take those dollars, they got to go to the bank, they got to redeem them for yen. What does Nintendo want those dollars to be worth when they go to the bank? What do they want? They want the dollars to be worth as much as possible, right? They want to buy as many yen as they possibly can. So the more the dollar is worth, the better it is for them. Is bullish on the US dollar. I know it's a little counterintuitive, which means either bearish on the yen. An exporter wants a weak, they want their home currency to be weak, because that way when they receive the other money, when they go to the bank, it's worth as much as possible. They want the US dollar to buy as many yen as they possibly can for the same reason that New York retailers want the dollar to be weak. Because you know, when the euro is strong, you know what Europeans do? You know where they go shopping on the weekends? They fly to New York. So if I'm a Soho retailer, I want the dollar to be weak and I want that euro to be strong because I want Europeans to want to come and spend money in my store. Same thing. So a bearish, what would be bad? What would be bad for them? And we got to think in terms of yen here because there's no options to buy US dollar calls, buy US dollar puts. That's not a thing that exists on the exam. So it would be bad for them if the Japanese yen increases. So therefore, to hedge, they could buy yen calls. Why? Because that way, if the yen goes up, you know, if the yen goes up, that's bad for their business, right? If the yen goes up, that's bad for their business. But if they bought call options, they've offset what's been bad for their business, right? To hedge is to get insurance in case things go the wrong direction. Yeah, so Nintendo in this example is a foreign exporter. Exactly right. They are a foreign exporter, right? They're outside the US. They're exporting goods into the US. Exactly. But just run through the logic like this. Don't try to memorize, right? I know somebody mentioned abbreviation. I don't like that because it just promotes straight memorization and not comprehension. And comprehension, the more you can just understand or work through the logic or have a setup, like I just made up a story here. Just make up a story, right? Saudi company, right, selling oil into the US, receives dollars. They got to go to the bank. They want the dollars to be worth as much as possible. Now, on the other hand, Apple, if they sell an iPhone in China, they're going to receive yuan. What does Apple want? What does Apple want the yuan to be worth? As much as possible, right? When they go to the bank, right, Apple in California, they can't buy anything with Chinese yuan. So they got to go to the bank. They want the yuan to be worth as much as possible. So just in case it falls, they would buy puts. So just think about what currency am I getting?